International, reaching you from United Kingdom, North London to be precise. We give credit to the owner of the videos or audio to be used on this program. Disclaimer: Facebook/YouTube/Twitter. We have no rights to music or videos used on this broadcast and no intention to infringe on the copyright or profit from it. Please allow us to use this to educate our listeners.
For Biafra must be restored, for there is nothing the enemies can do about it. We have come that the will of the Most High may prevail. Radio Biafra is unorthodox. The way we do things are markedly different from how others do it. We are under divine instruction. We have come that Chukwokika Biama may take control of these very proceedings this evening, for we are nothing without him. O Elohim, Chukwokika Biama Purimihanine, unto thee we repose all that we are. Do not allow your children IPOB to be put to shame. Do not allow us to be devoured by the hands of the wicked. Do not allow us, O mighty one, to fall prey to those who do not know thee. You will deliver us, not because we are righteous, but because of your mercy. Hear our cry and our supplication. We are not armed. We have not killed anyone. We have not jailed anyone. We have not done anything at all to warrant the level of destruction and carnage being visited upon your children. The same way Israel suffered, so is Biafra suffering today. And if you, Elohim, can deliver Israel, so will you deliver Biafra. That is our hope. That is our anchor of everything that we hold dear as a race and as a people. You brought Biafra that light may come into Africa. You gave us hope because we are in a continent of hopelessness. And by thy grace, Biafra shall be restored. We shall be resurrected. We shall crown our efforts with the glory by the grace of the Most High himself. We are not strong. We do not pretend to be strong. All we do is to submit ourselves to your will, that your will may be done upon our lives. We have lost many people. We have lost so many good people. Their sacrifice will never be forgotten. We shall honor them, and for their sake Biafra will come. Israel lost people, and today Israel is here as a beacon of hope in a land filled with darkness. We beseech thee, O Elohim, because we are wandering all over the world, hoping against every hope that things will turn around for the better. It has never turned around for the better. Instead, it is getting worse. Please do not abandon your children. You have given us a commission, and we must accomplish it in our lifetime. We have come to honor your holy name. We have come to praise thee. We have come to honor thee, that your name may be glorified, adored, and praised forever and ever. He said,
without fear before our enemies, we have sworn an oath to restore Biafra, or we die in the process. There will be no retreat and no surrender. If the option they give to us is to seek our restoration by violence, every living thing living in the zoo will be destroyed. All the animals will be destroyed. It's a promise and a pledge we are making to them. They must understand that we just don't love our country. We are fanatical about Biafra. We will do everything humanly possible to ensure that Biafra comes. It is either the flag of Biafra is raised up or I am lowered into the grave. One of the two must happen. It is better for this heaven and this earth not to exist than for Biafra not to come to pass. We dedicate it into the hands of Chukwu Abiyama, the creator of the heavens and the earth, because only him decreed that we should exist as a race, and only him has the say to decide and to determine if we are to survive or not. We don't rest our hopes in any man. We don't believe that any country can do anything for us. We are going to reaffirm our faith in the supremacy of the creator of the heavens and the earth, Chukwu Abiyama, upon to whom and in whom every glory and honor belongs to. That's why we worship him and nothing else and no other. We worship the one true living God. That is who we worship. That is why we were created. We are not like any other people. We have been chosen by Chukwu Abiyama to serve him. We have been chosen by the creator of the heavens and the earth that we may serve him. That is why in our names it contains every praise imaginable. Every praise imaginable to the Most High is contained within our names because we are very special people. We are here to reaffirm and reiterate that. We are here to ensure that this very march towards our freedom cannot be hindered. Any obstacle on our way, real or imagined, man or woman, adult or child, anything it is, once you are an impediment to the restoration of the sovereignty of Biafra, you will be destroyed completely and totally. In every way imaginable. We do not forgive. There is no forgiveness in our dictionary.
Mafi bona choge Biafra roko ya kare mano namo. Mafi bona choge Biafra roko ya mako kare mano urugo. Mafi bona choge Biafra roko ya kare mano namo. Imana deka dinta jarabia. Gana buga baya, we mana deka, dinta jarabia, gana buga.
Nande Kanu, Udobundi Mozi na Baloku.
Obinigwe na-ekwu okwu ogwele ife gbalụ Jehova ya lee Obinigwe na-ekwu okwu ọ ka na-ekwu okwu Obinigwe na-ekwuzi okwu ike Nnamdi Kanu odogwu bili eze ndị Igbo gburugburu Nnamdi Kanu ọchịagha ụmụ Igbo odogwu Biafra bili odogwu ndị Mozi na-agbala ọkụ n'enu wee sikanụ enu ụwa n'osi na chi ya dị mma mgbe mbụ ka sị na Nwaeze enwelo nwa mana tata na Nwaeze enwegokwa nwa mgbe mbụ ka sị na Igbo enwela eze mana tata na anyị bụ Igbo anyị enweghị ezenu Nnamdi Nnọbụnya bụ eze ndị Igbo eziokwu n'enu ụwa ebuka eziokwu n'enu ụwa siri ikenu eziokwu n'enu ụwa esikanụ ọ bụ ịma na onye na-achọ onye aka ya dị ọcha na ọchụgide onye n'enu ụwa chụbịa n'ụwa ọmanụ o ji be nwata woni aka enu akalobe ilo n'oge wetu ya n'enu ụwa nụ ife Nnamdi na-ekwu n'enu ụwa nụ n'ọbụ ka oge si dịrị n'ụmụ Igbo mmanụ titi eji wee nwee Naijiria na ndị Igbo n'enu ụwa na pachibelo Naijiria ife a na-eme anyị bụ get away come closer onye ọ bụ nna n'enu ụwa na-atụ alele ili nni n'enu ụwa bụ ọlụ onye Igbo ịchọ ọchịchị na ọ bụ ọlụ nụ gwa m ife ga-eme n'enu ụwa ka emezie n'enu ụwa wee metụ ụwa mma n'ọkwa bụ ndị Igbo bụ nsogbu anyị nwelu na anyị bụ ndị Igbo na anyị na-agbazi onwe anyị mgba gwa m ife ga-eme metụ ụwa mmanụ gwazie m ife ga-eme wee metụ ụwa mma Nnamdi na o nwere okwu nchọla ịgwa anyị ichefugo na Nwaeze adefu na mbanụ n'ọkwa na Nwaeze ka ebụnụ maka na ama m n'ọchịchị lụrụ ibe nna ya iwere pụ ọchịchị lụrụ ibe nna ya iwe pụta ka ịzọpụta ụmụ Igbo nụ ụmụ Igbo afọ na ị ga-azọpụta fa eziokwu na o nwere ife ga-eme gị n'ụwa ị ga-adị ka echi maka na ama m na echi n'ọdụ agwụ ndụ gị ga-adị.
Good evening, fellow comrade, and good morning, good afternoon, depending on your time zone. This is 14 minutes on top of the hour here in United Kingdom, past 8 p.m., the same 14 minutes past 8 p.m. in the Holy Land of Biafra. And this is Biafra Alpha Power Media International. My name is MAZI George Umeh. I reside here in UK, and this is Critical Analysis. And today is the 4th day of May year of our Lord 2024, reaching you out from London, North London to be precise, and one of the principal servants of indigenous people of Biafra here in the UK. And I welcome you as I welcome you. Please do welcome others. This is a wonderful, it's another new month, on Gregorian calendar. And as we are pushing forward, counting down to the 20th of this month, we could convene again to the travesty in Abuja, Federal High Court, Bintayaku, and their cohorts. But it does not matter what they throw at us as our leader. We have made a decision that we want Biafra or nothing. So many people have gone beyond that. We will retrace our step now. We are fighting a just cause. This evening, this program is deemed Who Sold Mazzi NNAMDI KANU is a reason. And this is the episode 0010, if I may put it. I think 0 is missing from the poster. But the fact remains that what brought about this particular title of Who Sold Mazzi NNAMDI KANU was what they told us. And as they go by, we can see that in every ramification, whatever we are looking for boils down on who sold Mazzi NNAMDI KANU. And if they can give us details on who sold him and bargaining, they must know and how much and those that we are involved. And this is why it's exclusive exposition. And what we do here is very rare, because to you to see to this magnitude on this era, we bring everything to a layman perspective, and everything we do is being broke down to pieces and with evidence to back every single thing we say here up. And the promise we are making to you this evening that everything we are going to dabble into this evening, we shall give you the evidence to back all of them up. But before I go forward this evening to go into this issue on this fundamental question that required an answer, Chike Doziem and his cohort need to answer this question, because their spokesman told us that Onyendu was sell for 9 million, told us who were those that were bargaining, called governors' names, and he's the same person was the person who was on the phone with Onyendu on the day Onyendu was kidnapped, and he never raised a finger. Neither do they calling KANU KANU that did know nothing about IPOB and MAZI NNAMDI KANU. Isn't that pathetic? Like I said, there's something I want to, my monologue this evening boiled down on the travesty, the travesty of justice that they're exhibiting now in the zoo called Nigeria. We know that it didn't start today. From 2015, 16, 17, we stand firm. If you remember this picture, this is travesty of justice, inspired by the true story. Everybody must understand that MAZI NNAMDI KANU is standing in the gap, and he can make decision to come out tonight. And all of you will continue ranting on your own comfort zone. And there's one thing that you must understand: there's 3 places for a real freedom fighters is either you're on exile, on prison, or on your graves. If you're a true freedom fighter, understand, and freedom fighters are being called. It's not a career. It's not a career. It's not where you're looking for something. Because if our leader, peradventure, the Onyendu wanted to make money out of IPOB, MAZI NNAMDI KANU could have been a multi, and will raise a finger. He has the opportunity. But he made it available to us. MAZI NNAMDI KANU must be released unconditionally. Extraordinary rendition is a crime against humanity. The whole world knows it, and everybody has added their voice. I'm going to play a little bit of video that our leaders comment towards Binta Nyako. We know that Binta Nyako has been the tool that Fulanis has been using because of the corruption, the magnitude of corruption that is going on that edifice called Zoo Nigeria. Her and her own family has soiled their hands from the days of the dead Buhari now. Jagaban has took up again. He's supposed to be retired, and they hold her on ransom. And the only assignment they gave her is to jail MAZI NNAMDI KANU. But it's impossible. You can't jail a man that have committed no crime. The whole world is watching, because as the Supreme Court have ruled that going back that it is illegal, it is irresponsible for her to revoke someone that they went to his house to murder. But do you know why all these things was allowed? Because the so-called lead counsel then did not raise a finger, never filed any evidence in court proving that MAZI NNAMDI KANU house was invaded in 14th of September, that 28 men fell, including Jack. The former lead counsel of Onyendu and IPOB, Ifeanyi Ejiofor, the native doctor himself, never raised a finger in Binta Nyako's court. The day he mentioned that woman, because as we can see her now, all these things is what they told us. Now, when they in court, we can hear her, how the boss she might think she is, but now she have made her match. She rebooked the charlatan because he wasn't filed properly, but he was going around granting interview, receiving award, but Onyendu house was invaded. That was what gave back to them now to revoke Onyendu's bail. But Supreme Court had passed a judgment that is irresponsible, that bail must be reinstated. Before Onyendu will face any trial, he has to be in a right state of mind and in his own little space that he can actually have a healthy conversation with his legal team, to them to know how to encounter the devils themselves. But woe betide them, Binta Nyako has murdered sleep with her whole family and the Fulani Caliphate himself. And the one thing I must tell you tonight is that MAZI NNAMDI KANU is a prophet. He's spoken when he got that bell. Some of us forgotten that the bell in question was stinging bell, that Onyendu will not speak, he wouldn't say this, just he said like a gag order. Americans call it gag order, just like what they gave to Donald Trump, imagine former president. When political incorrectness is playing, they gave Onyendu gag order. We'll put it that way. We use the word stinging bell, but stinging bell, but it's a gag order that he wouldn't say X, Y, Z. Now, our leader defied every odds, tore Biafra land, and promised them that he will be coming to Abuja on that fateful day with 1 million men. The dead Buhari administration panicked and they went that Farouk Beg to murder 28 men, including Jack. And that is what brought us where we are. And she had the temerity to revoke his bail. If they killed him, that wouldn't matter anything to her. But guess what? Because the man that we presumably called a lawyer was working with them, that was what happened. I will bend it there. I will let you listen to what Onyendu say. I know some of you have listened to this. And I want to say something to you. This program encompasses a lot. Because you see the name say who sold Mazzi Nanakan, it falls in the radar. Because everything that is happening now in IPOB boils down to how our leader was kidnapped. So the title of this program will remain, episode will continue. But whenever you see the flyer, don't be carried away because it is not just one word. It encompasses a lot of information, just like I'm unfolding them to you now. But I will go forward to listen to Onyendu's words towards Bintanyako. And don't forget the Interpol came out to say that to deny after almost 3 years. Remember when Malamin came and told the whole world that they collaborated with Interpol in Kenya? And the Kenya embassy, one of their men that they bought over, I think the man is dead now, and came out to make some press release. If you can go back and remember all these days. But let's stay true on certain things before I will come to what brought me here tonight. I'm going to touch into a lot of stuff tonight, so just get your popcorn and sit down. Probably this program is going to last like 2 hours, if I'm not mistaken, because I've got a lot to unveil as we have, this program, our program is not, we're not always online. The reason being that it is not necessary at this point in time because so many things are at stake. And at the end of the day, what we do here is to make sure that if there's anything that we need to let our people know, and the website, all our social media are operating, any information is being passed through their Biafra Radio, Alpha Power Media, and UK Media and events. Everything we pull out is organic. And that is the formation of IPOB. We're not talking about the cabals. Those call themselves the leadership. There's no true leadership in IPOB. And I'm going to break them down tonight because some of them, sometimes they code the code of conduct when it suits them. But that's not why that is not who we are. We follow our code of conduct to absolute. There is no if but on it. It must fall into it. It doesn't matter who you are. And our 4 cardinal points is what guides us in everything we do. And we must always be in a good conduct. Remember that. Let's listen to our leader before we continue.
International.
The more evil you are, the more you rise up.
As you can see, this is our late 29 billion fraud EFCC rearranged ex-governor, Yanko's son. That is what it's all about. So Mazzi KANU and a whole nation is what you want to use to bargain for their illicit of evil. They have 29 billion. She's not the only one. Her family is not the only one. All of them are in it together. But now they hold her ransom because he must jail Mazzi KANU at all costs. But we are watching. Listen to what Onyendu said in 2018, if I'm not mistaken. The Onyendu, our leader, said this. But this is People Gazette that brought this particular write-up on March 24th, 2024. So you can see where she's coming from. This woman is supposed to be retired. They're still bringing her back and pinning her there that she must deliver to them. Even though she knew the high court of the nation has told you that what he did was irresponsible. So when there is no rule of law in a nation, what you are inviting is anarchy. That's no country, even in your own household. If you cannot make your children to fall into, that is why IPOB, some people are laughing at them and say, how do you run your household? But you get up and go to work, you make ends meet. How did you do that without being falling in line? Even if you own your own business, people must work under you. So you must have guiding principle that are projecting that business that make you to, progress on a daily basis. So this is where we are. This is where we are. And the whole world is watching. Like we always tell you, the whole world is, everybody's watching.
In the judiciary. That is why they want to blackmail Binta Nyako into oblivion. Because of me, they arrested Binta Nyako's husband and son. They claim they are being tried by EFCC. So that if Binta Nyako were to acquit me, they will jail the husband and the child. That's how evil the zoo is. That's how bad they are. But she courageously gave me bail. She knew I did nothing wrong. She knew it. They were pressuring her. Revoke his bail. And she said no. They have done nothing wrong. They don't know all these things. They called her to a meeting in Maiduguri where they were insulting her. That didn't work. They took her to another meeting in Sokoto where they called all the northern, I don't know if I'll call them leaders, to be insulting her because of me. That she should have jailed me. That nothing will happen. That Igbo leaders have signed up to it. That Ohanese is with them. Ohanese and Dioshi. I will come to the meetings they've been holding against me and IPOB later on. But Binta Nyako stood strong. I'm not.
Now, this is when Onyendu was released, and our leader, I think 2018, Onyendu, we said the word of accolade, or her courageous, that she gave Onyendu that gag order. But today she has fall back to this particular blackmail. So the world and every Sunday must understand, Jagaban, we are not picking on him because we know that he's loyal to the caliphate. I'm not gonna point finger on any, tribe. For those that want to go through that route, it's entirely up to them. There's something you must remember. Things that have been resolved and addressed before, and we must guide ourselves. That's all I have to say. Onyendu have commented on it, so it's very, very important. I just played a video of this video just to remind us and the world to know why Binta Nyanko, the game that she's playing. Even our veterans in America, they've just wrote another memo, which saw it on, I think, Meme, shared it. But I'm not going to go into that tonight because I got a lot of stuff I'm going to talk about. I just want to stay through things, to get to where I'm going. So, yeah, so it's important we understand that what is happening to us is not alien. It was orchestrated from day one. Some of us has had a conversation between Prof and I think Dr. Harford Ugu, and they made it 360 degrees that a new audio I've compiled that is about 1 hour 7 minutes. Probably after this program, we need to make it available to everybody to listen to. Right, 1 hour 7 minutes. It's a long. Whoever that prophet, I don't know his real name. If anyone knows his real name, please let us know. It's important we have his name. But I know that this third audio, he mentioned Harford Ugu, Prof. They call him Dr. Harford Ugu. And what the man says from the beginning, but it surprises me that he came back saying that even he wrote a book. How wouldn't you know? But he got a real backlash from that professor. That professor. We need to know the name of this professor because I didn't grasp his name on that audio. I listened to that audio. Verbatim, I listened. Hardly I listened to things, but that particular audio caught my eyes. And this is exactly what our leader is saying here, and what has been happening to us. People that have sold us. Ohanese was after the war. They planted Ohanese to control the whole entire, former South before South, because even the South, the 13% they've got was bargained by our former internal leader, our former leader, is on record. So it is very, very important people know. Now, I'm going to move on to this particular one, because it's important.
National.
It's important.
There are not a few who believe that the pace at which the Interpol International and Interpol Nigeria are working is quite interesting. They point to the fact that NNAMDI KANU, the leader of the proscribed group, IPOB, it didn't take long for them to grab him from the same Kenya and get him down to Nigeria, and he's facing justice.
One thing in life, that is why sometimes someone when you become, if you're bigot, when someone that is a bigot speak, you will know. And this person sitting here is a journalist. Yeah, he went to university, graduated from journalism, and now sitting on the way he's sitting. Even though that this man that is saying this now to bury his face in the mud, because this is why no continent in the world will take any African country for any. Africa is a joke to the face of the world. Africa remains joke until the day we question our. Listen, we don't hold ourselves responsible for what illness we've done. How do you think that external people gives a monkey about you? They will send something that look like you to do that dirt for them. That's what the Western world are doing. You know, a couple of people like Mali and Niger that come together now say no to the French. I hope they continue. I can call them back in the day from what is it called, Burkina Faso, the guy, that young man they killed. But look at what this man is saying. You can see the exuberance in him. The way he's describing how they grab man, and he's happy with that. He's happy. But now look at the downturn. From the same man that could have said it from the very first day, Balami said it, they could have issued a press release. And it's funny that this man is actually the vice president, you know, Interpol in Africa. Isn't it amazing? The kind of continent we found ourselves.
Now, that's why is this like a case of we are following process, diplomatic channels, etc., etc.
Believe you me, I want to tell you I don't know what you are talking about. All I know.
You seem not to know exactly what we are talking about here.
No. You are bringing an issue that Interpol is not aware of. You know, let me define the role of Interpol so that you can understand. Interpol is an international police organization that assists law enforcement agencies within the 196 countries to look for a fugitive that runs or is hiding. And if you look at
he's giving the wrong information here. Before Interpol would operate in any country to arrest anybody, there must be a bilateral, agreement. Because I remember back in the day, Brazil does not extradite people. You cannot. No one. All the people that committed crime in Europe lives in Brazil. That's the people that stole from him. Even Hitler died in South America. All of them were living there until you have a treaty. If you don't have a treaty, it won't happen. That's number one. When you have a treaty, then you can go through that phase. And it can now communicate with the home Interpol that lives here from external. So he just gave a wrong information. I want to correct that impression, abundance of that, which they didn't go that through process. Very important.
all the other fugitives that are brought to face justice in Nigeria, they have the link, those who are involved with Interpol. So I don't know I don't want to talk about issue of KANU, who brought him back to Nigeria. I'm not aware how he was brought back to Nigeria or how he came into Nigeria. Interpol is not aware. We stated this long time ago, and we made it categorically clear. So it's not a question. There are what we call police-to-police relationship, international police cooperation. Another police, it does not necessarily bring Interpol.
Okay.
If one police and another.
Anyway, like I said, the only thing we take home here is that almost 3 years, June, we are in May, June, next month, 19th, we make it 3 good years. MAZI Nankana was kidnapped in Kenya and rendition. And now he's saying this publicly. This is why the world will never take you serious. It doesn't matter what you do. Nobody will take you serious. And they say it without any retribution. Without any retribution. In this part of the world, if you make a mistake, you resign honorably to restore your integrity as a human being. But in Africa, that is why you think the Western world will bust themselves to make sure you guys think like normal human being. When our leader ascribe our people as monkeys and baboons, people get angry. But you can see it. You can see it. It's very, very evident to all of us. Now, there's something I want to clarify here. And I think, like I said, I got so many things I have to go through phase, so I'm done with this. Now, let's go into the issue, some of the issues that are lingering within us. Because, propaganda, it is important when people want to go into blackmailing and propaganda. It wasn't what they know IPOB for. That was what we fought against and still fighting against. We fought against Facebook, fought against BBC, CNN, all the whole media. Only say we are not going to pay them to carry Biafra. And today, only prophesied about Biafra being, it will be a privilege to you to be a member of IPOB. That's why I see people fighting tooth and nail to attach themselves with that name IPOB. Some of you have forgotten. The Mazzi man can say it will be a privilege for you to be a member of IPOB. Today, people are fighting tooth and nail. Agents of so provocateurs everywhere. There is one audio they pull out of KANU. I need to clarify certain things tonight before I get into the main thing. We have shared this audio in all our platforms for obvious reasons because it was a propaganda. They cut some part of it. Last week, when I came here, I played China Sanworu's. When China Sanworu, after the announcement of Sit-at-Home that is wrecking the whole Biafra land, they have a joint broadcast. They came, the whole dogs came. This Rumike led it. I played it last week and analyzed it. This week, today's broadcast is for Chike Doziem. The broadcast is made on the 23rd of August, 2021. We're going to go through it. But before then, I want to play this verse and I want to analyze it. And I want to tell you the difference between, and what KANU said here, because some people have said it to me. And already we have posted it and I've said what that thing stands, it doesn't change. And I'm going to get into our code of conduct tonight, like I said, there's so many things I want to. Because what we do here is to educate our people. Very, very important, because there's no way that we'll find a profound, analysis that can get them to the right path. It's very, very important. Forget about all this saga. It doesn't make sense. These are individuals that some of them are monetized page or people they were paid to blackmail people. Now they're giving them peanut to come out and speak on issues they don't know. They won't back up any one word they ask them. Bring the evidence with you. They will say hearsay. Hearsay. Just like a native doctor Jofo went to Suwon and Abidebis for Mazzi Nandekano. Hearsay. After the Supreme Court discharged our leader, then they still that case there because Jofo took an affidavit that by hearsay. And a Zekome Sam ceremonial allowed him to do that. That was the case because they all bargained for that. It was a game plan, and we know it. So let me play a chunk of this and I will tell you why. It's very important. I want to clarify it tonight before I move forward.
National.
Good evening, good morning, good afternoon, good night, according to your time zone. My name is KANU. There is one IPOB, one leader, and one DOS. The highest command in this struggle is DOS. In this situation we find ourselves now. It has been so for many years. Their decision.
Did you hear what KANU said? There is one IPOB, one DOS on the situation we found ourselves. And some of you think when they started sharing this, some of these idiots started sharing, they don't even understand. That's why I said, you see all these lunatics that they put on social media that they don't even read and write, or they don't understand the fundamental, foundation of IPOB. What is the problem today? Why is there a problem in IPOB? Why is that issue? Is because 2015, 16, 17, did you hear anybody climb somewhere, say there's two IPOB, which they tried to push that agenda? We resisted it with every venom in our body. KANU said, and I'll quote, there is one IPOB, one DOS. When you hear IPOB, DOS, who do you think is in charge of IPOB and DOS? Who is the highest command in IPOB and DOS? DOS is IPOB, IPOB is DOS. So who is the highest command of that DOS or IPOB at large? As long as you're following the structure of the highest command, trickle to the bottom of IPOB, there won't be any issue. What is the issue? Chikedozie disobeyed Mazzi NNAMDI KANU. What happened in 2015-16? The same thing happened. Onyendu call meeting, they boycotted Onyendu because of they went and opened a parallel radio, which they call Radio Biafra International. Then Onyendu tell Umeh to suspend every single one of them that didn't attend that meeting. Umeh ran into his Facebook account and wrote that he will not suspend them, that his comrade. I, George Chukwume, was first person that questioned Umeh, he blocked me. I'm asking you tonight because some of you had KANU say one DOS. DOS remain one. IPOB remain one. They allowed you, they created the fraction of autopilot. They allowed that to happen. We did not allow anybody to drag IPOB name into the mud. Use IPOB name to any criminality. In 2015-16, when we see underdogs, not today. This man allowed people to infiltrate IPOB because they know what they were doing. So when he had KANU say, KANU what? I hope that it will have time again for me and him to have 101 in Biafra Radio. But I'm saying tonight to you, I'm going to read our code of conduct now. I'm explaining to the layman perspective. When you hear what somebody say, by George, you may say there's one IPOB and there's one DOS. That is why it's hard for me to say IPOB led by Mazzi because there's no two IPOB. Anytime you say led by Mazzi, to me, you're ascribing that somebody else somewhere. If you look at John right up from 2015, even when this one was happening, I never for one day used that word. That's why I don't mention autopilot because it doesn't exist in my dictionary. I don't know who they are. I know there's disgruntled IPOB members out there, but they can form whatever they want to form. I don't give a crap about it. But IPOB name is secret. So I want to give you the clear distinction when he had KANU make that assertion. And it remains so. Nothing has changed. Nothing has changed. Our four cardinal points is what we stand upon. And you cannot choose and pick it's like law in your country. Why would you go to club? Why don't you drink and drive? And tell police you have right to do so. Why don't you do that? I try it tonight. This is weekend. Why don't you go out tonight and drunk and drive? And police stop you. Then you get away with it. You don't pick and choose what you do. It's stated there clearly. I hope you heard him because that's what they are picking. Say one DOS. It's one DOS, one IPOB. Under one central command, not two. There's no leadership, there's no autopilot. It doesn't exist. It is one. That's why Onyendu said, and I'll quote our leader. Our leader said it. Onyendu said it. Who is that bastard? Who is that bastard? Who is that bastard? We encounter his order. Do you know what that means? Because Onyendu was talking, it's a general statement, but those that are in charge, you know. Who is that bastard? I counter his order. That bastard, is it still alive or dead? I don't know. But I just want to make two statements before I remove this video because the point there is that what they're wrong with is that he said one DOS, one IPOB, and it remains so. Nothing have changed till tomorrow morning. But Kaba is not allowed in IPOB. Even I will quote our former deputy say, is you're in IPOB or outside yapping. You can call him one of the founding fathers of IPOB. But Uchemofo took his respect away and resigned and walk away. Some of you riffraffs today you say hanging on to IPOB. Do you know how IPOB was come about? Do you know what's behind IPOB? I want you to say one or two things before I'll stop this video.
Is final whether it suits us or not. Challenging their decision means challenging IPOB.
Thank you very much. You said it. Whatever they say is final. Do you think he was talking to Chikedozie? Onyendu give instructions 72 hours before they instituted this menace going on in Biafra land. That this sit at home must be suspended. Chikedozie asked Mazzi NNAMDI to tell him the reason why he asked him to suspend the sit at home. It's on record. So when you challenge any word from the highest command, remember in 2015, nobody mentioned Onye. It was every order that passed through IPOB. Homeland everywhere is the highest command, and that is an end of discussion. Full stop. Uchemofo, He used hammer. From the highest command, nobody, you won't hear thing. Today we are arguing who is who. Now Chikedozium is hiding. A riffraff. Somebody who don't, nobody know who this monster. Nobody know who Chinas. Who is Chinas Anwolo? I don't know who this guy is. Will you allow someone that is you don't know to be someone leading you in any shape or form? If Mazzi Nnamdi was invisible, how would he be our leader? If Mazzi Nnamdi was hiding his identity, why would he lead us? People, you see, our people are making caricature of themselves. That is why any race can come, any tribe can triple upon us, and we're claiming that we are smart. But as things you do, people will be beside you, looking at you and laughing. That's things that rudimentary sense will tell you. So when he said that if we challenge any decision they made, whatever they say doesn't mean, just like when Onyedu said, whatever the DOS goes, who do you think is DOS? Can Chikedozium take decision without Onyedu approving it? I live in the United Kingdom. I'll give you an example. We have case here for more than 5 years. They were going back. They couldn't do anything until Mazzi Nnamdi came out from after 2018 and he came back to UK. The day Onyedu disbanded United Kingdom, Osinaban was there. Osinaban was begging like a rat. Onyedu told us all of us were acting like a rat in the cage. UK disbanded, closed, shut down. Everybody go home and cry. He will shout after shouting, he go to sleep. That was it. So who do you think? Even the RCC, everything decision he made come down to Mazzi Nnamdi stable. You guys can debate about, but what Onyedu said goes. And that's what it says in our code of conduct. No other person have that power. The supreme leader we called him today was given by his former deputy. Because he understands the no-gun sacrifice that man has made. He was with him. He was the one that told us that he slept in the Tesco in his car in this country because of Radio Biafra. So when we talk about IPOB or DOS, you think it's all this riffraff, Chikedozium and co. No. Don't get yourself twisted about all these idiots. What Onyedu say? Whatever DOS say goes means that it is Mazzi Nnamdi himself. He is the one that going to vet. Do you know what vetting means? If he apply job, at the end of the day, they will vet you. Vetting means everything that happened at the end of the day in a higher echelon. Mazzi Nnamdi kind of gives they say the fine. If he designates it to you and okays, that's fine. But if he doesn't okay, you don't have the power. But when Onyedu utter a word or give order, there's no bastard that will say no to that. That's why we have a problem. So I want to clarify this particular audio tonight. So KANU was not referring to Chikedozium or Chinas and what it was referring to IPOB structure are known. Point of correction. Very important to understand. I will not dwell in this audio because this audio was very explicit. It specified. And because of that disobedience, the same thing. KANU to come on Radio Biafra, I think on the 9th of August or whatnot, this broadcast was made. Yeah, it was 9th of November 2021. After they have called him out on the Biafra radio, that was an instruction, specifically from the highest command, that brought him to Radio Biafra to make this announcement. It wasn't because of Chikedozium. That was an order that made KANU to come on Radio Biafra to make sure that everybody fall into line. But they say KANU is not a Biafra, it's not an IPOB member. That is his family business. But when Onyedu was kidnapped, they claimed they were calling KANU. Our people need to sit down and ask questions. This audio was available to everybody, but I just told you, I'm going to go into our code of conduct tonight as I move forward. So let me see if there's something else I can take off on this.
The highest command and IPOB worldwide, because anybody can be a member of DOS if you are qualified to be so. So whatever thing they said, we must carry it out. Meaning that command and control stands for a very simple reason, that we are not political party, rather a freedom fighting movement. Now, those people who come out sometimes to aid their opinion, probably the wrong way, thinking that they are fighting.
Well, yeah, like I said, the only point of contention for people who does not understand how IPOB function is that they pick up one, just like some people say, oh, what did DOS say? Or DOS. Ask that person that telling you that. Even Chikedozium, when the Umeh Dutch highway hold him about Madam Nenya, he said it there, that he cannot take decisions without the highest command okaying it. So what you have to go back to Chikedozium, what has changed today? That we take decisions and not follow instruction of Onyendu. So that particular DOS we're talking still remain, not Chikedozium gang of criminals they have formed, they call leadership. Understand this. Some you say that Mazzi is not the only one. IPOB, these companies, people, IPOB is not a company, but code of conduct of IPOB made it open. I'm going to read a chunk of it tonight because there's something that will bring me to talk about that code. I'll read about that code tonight. Our code of conduct tonight. There's a reason why I want to do that. So I will pen it here now. There's something very important I want to clarify here. I think so many people have seen them campaigning, asking for money. Ask them the money they have been collecting for almost 2.5 years now. What have they done with it? Someone have 47,000 of former ESM account. They squander that money. They share it within them among themselves, including Simon and Ekpa. When Madam Oyibo and Co, all of them. They created Umeh account. All one of the things KANU was against because when you never approved it, they lied. Chikedozium approved, came on Radio Biafra and told the world to pay money there. He never told it. Tell them to stop. Even he's still paying money in there. He never told us. They want accountability. Chikedozium, how much was paid in Umeh account? Who was foreseeing that account? Because 747,000 have a preview, you know the story. But tomorrow morning, no, including Simon Ekpa have not come and tell Biafrans because he was part of it. How much they generated in that account? That's why they're fighting each other. Yeah, right and there. Because of they turn IPOB into personal gain. If Mazzi can have this kind of mindset, you wouldn't have been in. He couldn't go to. Why was he going to trap? He he was going to be in because somebody have to pay that price. Now they're telling you they're famine. You guys have forgotten about all the promises that are made to you. Well, they have said enough. These people have got no direction. Things they're saying is fallacy. Famine, people are famine on their own. They're not talking about how they're just going to release now. They're campaigning about famine in Biafra land. Planning here men are clean people in Nimbo. They're talking about famine in Biafra land. Yes, men. But they're claiming that their ESN is working. That's what they claim. Is that when Oyen was here? Is that any time in here? Fulani pack of their things they left. Every part of Biafra land they vacated. Oh, bro, this noise there people are making, people are dying. Just by the one they clean among themselves. Be careful for the scammers. These are scammers. I'm going to play the audio about the scammers on the end of this program. But before, there's something I want to address. There's something that, when the propaganda of KANU not being a member of IPOB, I'll talk about it when it comes to audio of Chikedozium. That is where that audio did. But there's something I want to address. I don't normally talk about these people, but the reason why I'm going to put up this video before I come back to this for a reason. I want you to pay attention.
Biafra Alpha Power Media International.
And you make it great clear now. And you make it great clear.
No, it's not this. It's not this. Pardon me, please. It's not this video. There's a particular video I was looking for. Okay, yeah, sorry.
Biafra Alpha Power Media International.
We can't get that 2K now. We can't get 3K. We can't get 3K when they remain now for people who go take it for line. Eh? But the remaining 12,000 when we take share remain yesterday. I'll give Mazzi Madabushi 4,000 naira. I'll give Oanji 4,000 naira. Then I'll give Sister Chalugo 4,000 naira. That is 12,000 naira.
Biafra Alpha Power Media International.
There's something I want to say here. I remember vividly, we in UK here, when Biafra television was hosting in Biafra land, I remember that young lady was there with this Chika Austin. I remember us buying 7 mobile phones from UK. I was the one that took the London family then. We purchased this phone and sent it to Biafra land to them then. There's nothing wrong in supporting people on the ground. I have no issues with it. But you know where I have issues? When they start it as their entitlement and become inducement, it become now what they do. They don't have any job anymore. Do you see how? You see, I have no problem with people propagating Biafra because I said it's nothing like media warrior. Only to train all of us, told everybody, get yourself in social media, open Facebook account, open Twitter, yeah, Instagram, and be active. That makes you a media warrior because nobody is buying any data for you. Nobody's inducing you with money. But do you see what is happening today? See people, you mentioned their name. The so-called Achalugo. Madabuchi. What does he call his name again? He called about 4 people's name. Eluchukwu and whatnot. Achalugo, you hear what he was saying here? There's a video I just pulled up here. He was talking about KANU. All these people, do you know why they go out and saying this? Is what they told them. Listen to what she said.
Biafra Alpha Power Media International.
And you make it very clear now. And you make it very clear now that now they are not among us. They are not working with us. They are against us. Despite that, so please.
Biafra Alpha Power Media International.
Current campaign that Onyendu, KANU, they are not IPOB members. I'm coming to that. There was a video I want to play before I deal with issues now. 1 second. Yeah. And after I have played this, listen to this.
Or Media International.
And all of them disappeared. They were going underground, working with Eperima, working with people. I don't want to mention their names because it will shock many of you. Because these people work, if you don't give them money, they don't work. Money, they come out, start writing. Of course, if you call yourself IPOB Media, you know where we gather. You know where we do our analysis. And since 2019 till today, nobody has infiltrated the main IPOB Media house. That is why we have the stability we have in this battle. There are some riffraffs because they go to Mazzi NNAMDI, hang around him, they shout, these are psychopaths. If they don't give them money.
You know, English word is very heavy. The person using word psychophants is psychopedia. I will use the word. You know, himself. The guy himself is the most irrational human being I ever seen in my entire life. Everything he's saying, the person they are using is a Mecca gift, because I remember when they created this, Family Writer Press International, which former deputy leader kicked against it. They're the one that created Media Warrior. They call Media Warrior because they want this kind of thing is what they were looking for to attack. Everything they have said, they get it wrong because the information is not there for them. Remember when they said Ejimako didn't tell the world that Onyendu was appearing in court? The day I put the Twitter with what Emeka gave to write, they ran away. Just like the other day they went to court, they wrote something. Because they're not privy to the information. They will send some riffraff. They go there, they come and gossip. But the real counsel we have now is a wise counsel. Don't speak anyhow. You will allow them to make fool of themselves now. They wrote his Twitter. All of them will go into their shell. I will come to that. You know? So he's talking about the media war. He's talking about the Emeka gift. This guy lives in all these people who are getting paid from IPOB. He was getting $250 from IPOB until his own salary stopped. You know, I mean, it is not a good thing what is happening right now. But this set of individuals have made themselves a willing tool. So they have no moral justification to question even anybody carrying propaganda against IPOB or Biafra at this point in time. So I'm being fair. They don't have the moral justification to it. They only say 100 men, few of us that still remain strong and following the pattern that we are found upon. the foundation of IPOB is something that they don't mess around with. But as you can see, this is the monk himself talking, but he was generalizing it. He was making references to the one that carried a campaign against Madam Nenyanya, which they call Badalintin, because they know among themselves. Now, I want this to finish.
They don't talk. Only when they get money, they come on Facebook and start yabbing rubbish, claiming that they are fighting for Biafra. No money, nothing. If there is no money, they start to criticize and blackmail people. Some of them, you ask them, I am sick.
Do you see it? Blackmail, they are the one that authorized blackmail. He started blackmailing. He was the first person that went to the Biafra and started pointing fingers on who sold Mazzi and NNAMDI. That they call KANU, so he was in the mountain praying. That he's the first person that come on and said that the Biafra is not a family business, but his sister is now. They made her a rehearsing officer in Padova with Botel, where they are sleeping with her, as she called herself a witch. Right? Very, very important. People know the truth because we are not here to pat anybody on the back. Very important. I'm not digressing. I have my reason why I'm making them. Just like I said, I need to touch certain things for obvious reasons. Yeah. So let's finish this, and I'm gonna want to play.
This one, they are all deceptive individuals. At the end of the day, immediately money passed their hand. They all
exactly what you do. Once Scopus or them give you money, we're talking like a parrot. Deceptive. Now, as we're having some intel that you have run, because I know that you going to live in Kuwait is not a choice. It's just where you found yourself. I think you're in Australia now. Probably your former have found you where there. After you guys have stolen IPOB money dry. That's why you're shouting like a lunatic. But you know, as long as men walk this earth, the providence must caught up with you. It's just a matter of time. It doesn't matter where you hide. You can hide, but it can run, but you can hide. On this planet Earth, it's not possible now. Come out, caught up with you. It's something that is no one can run away from.
Come out on social media, start talking.
Okay, yeah, this is why he's talking to his media worms now. Now, that's something I want to, and I have to go into our code of conduct, our oaths, before I go to Chike Dosium tonight. But I want you to listen to this, one of the media rats as well. It's important.
I am a homeland broadcaster. When we bring these things, it's not to stop you from attending any meeting, but to present the identities.
That's something I want you to...
Is not to stop you from attending any meeting, but to present the identities of our enemies.
One second, there's something, yeah.
It's not to stop you from attending any meeting, but to present the...
There's something I want to talk about before. I don't know why this is moving too fast. I don't know why it's moving too fast. Let me just I think I need to get this again. I don't know.
I am a homeland broadcaster. When we...
Okay, now this is the tweet from this guy, right? And he tweeted, and he put the onion. Imagine this. I don't know how to. I don't like to, because one thing I believe in life is that if you're sincere, but I will leave it there. Let me focus on what you said. This is Onyendu's your two younger brother, KANU Takano. Him and KANU Takano they're not in the same rank. Neither Meme. Now, in this tweet, because the tweet caught my eye and I have to place it on this particular audio. Now, he said in IPOB Code of Conduct, there is no vacancy space for siblings, hatch lawyer, wife, or siblings. Hatch lawyer, father-in-law, uncle. If so, then Achina Sanwo siblings would have claimed to be ESN state commanders. Chike Dosium siblings will claim to be state coordinators, free Mazzi Nnamdi Kanu, and he placed our chain of command there. This is how you know how that this guy is. This individual you mentioned in their name, did you know any of China Sanwo-Olu, despite one in Italy, was hiding? Did you know any Chikedozian brother that have made himself open to be an IPOB member, that is an IPOB member anywhere in the world? Did any of their siblings have, any of their brother has been arrested before? This is a fundamental question you need to answer first before you start writing something you don't know. Code of conduct is something I don't know you have read it, because I'm going to play this audio. I want to educate everybody, not him in particular, because he's naive. I feel sorry for him because he has to survive. There's hunger in the land, so I don't blame him. So you have to do what you have to do to survive. Whatever they ask him to say, he will say it, because without it, you cannot eat. Very, very important. Now, he mentioned father-in-law, but all these people are intelligence that is looking after our leader, because none of you know how Onyendu's welfare is today. As of tonight, none of you know how Mazzi Nnamdi Kanu is faring. If you guys are not privy, don't know about the IPOB prescription case, I wonder how you will know how Mazzi Nnamdi Kanu, if Mazzi Nnamdi Kanu has eaten or not. You know, we'll get to all this point tonight, right? And it's important that I make it open. After I finish this now, there's something I need to show. So, and he put our chain of command. He didn't understand what our chain of command is. When I left Emeka Gift and Co., just before I forget about it, it's very important that I flash this on the screen, right? As I'm going forward, as you can see, this is Family Press International, Emeka Gift and Co. This is one of the so-called updates from their Agone Chenkita, China Sanwo-Olu, talking about Onyendu siblings, which I'm gonna get there because Chikedozium have to make that open, and I will bring this up. So let me finish with this young man. So because I need to educate some people like him. Very important. I need to guide him because he doesn't know what he's talking about. But I just specify to him, those people you're making references to, they are nowhere to be found. Nobody knows who Chikedozium's wife or siblings or children is, or he can call Onyendu's wife. Nobody knows who China Sanwo-Olu's wife or children. Nobody, they don't even know who China Sanwo-Olu is. And for point of collection, China Sanwo-Olu is not the ESN commander. Who gave him command? Have you heard that Mazzi Nnamdi Kanu say he command? He made it clear that nobody should interfere. And he's the commander. He is the commander. That is why I told you from the beginning when China Sanwo-Olu, I know where the guy was going. Who gave China Sanwo-Olu commander of ESN? If I may ask you guys start yapping this. Who told you? Very, very important. I don't know how naive our people is. Our people are so gullible. Jesus Christ.
We bring these things is not to stop you from attending any meeting, but to present the identities of our enemies to our people. Whether you are from my side or from anybody's side, wherever you came from, as far as you identify as the enemy of Biafra, especially IPOB, led by Mazzi Nnamdi. Hence, you are out of this command. One day, you are a fool. Do you know that Mazzi Nnamdi Kanu did not expel Uchemefo? Can you tell me who expelled Uchemefo? Did you hear a spelling of Uchemefo on Radio Biafra? No. What was played on Radio Biafra was the...
Do you hear him now? This is the way they are getting it wrong. So he thinks he's the Chikedozium that I spelled Uchemefo. This is what I said from my intro. And the word of canon Takanda, IPOB, is one IPOB, one DOS. So please, you see, I don't like to use word of people, but my brother, and some of you in this category, Chikedozium write memo. Our code of conduct, Chikedozium sign it because Mazzi Nnamdi Kanu is the highest command in IPOB. So he designated jobs, the subordinate. He is in the, I will show you in the code of conduct. Only him can designate any appointment, or he might give you a portfolio as he wishes. None of this individual was voted in. Yeah. So now, a spend of Uchemofo, Chikedozium wouldn't have a spend Uchemofo because Uchemofo is higher than Chikedozium in the hierarchy of IPOB. He just posted our what is it called? Our chain command here, which I have here. I can put it on the screen. This is IPOB chain command. As you can see, it's Mazzi NNAMDI is on top, trickle down to DOS. So every other person, after the deputy is not there, the director of state is combined of the administrative of IPOB. That's what DOS is all about. Combination of the administrative of IPOB. Every functional organ in IPOB falls in directorate of state. And who is the highest command is Mazzi NNAMDI. So there's no ever that Uchemofo can be expelled by Chikedozium without Mazzi NNAMDI authorizing it. Point of correction. I want you to understand that. So do not put misinformation out there to people to consume. Some of our people are gullible. I want to stress on this tonight because it's very, very important. There is no expression of former deputy leader, abolishment of, not even abolishment of deputy leader in IPOB was okayed by the highest command because he was one that chose him. It was not voted in by any man. Uchemofo wasn't voted in. He didn't choose Uchemofo to be his deputy. Just like any other person he appointed. Do you understand that? So you need to understand what you're saying because for you, because of you think that DOS, who is DOS? DOS is Mazzi NNAMDI DOS. So there's no decision that takes in DOS says Mazzi NNAMDI cannot. Okay. I will bring our code of conduct. And there's something he said about oath. I want to deal with your issue because it's important. Because most of you are the people that are misinforming our people. Very, very important. Because I feel sorry for you because you don't even understand what you're saying. I don't know if you read proper English or you read our code of conduct, even the oath you are talking about, all these things, you're going into things that is bigger than you. That someone need to break it down to you to understand. Just like I said now. Why would, it's like he said that your deputy coordinator, your zonal coordinator expel your continental rep. How does that work? I just give you an example. So none of the directors of state have no power. They are under Uchemofo. They are under Uchemofo subordinates. So there's no way to have expel him without the highest command or cocaine it. There's no way they could have abolished it without the highest command because he's one that most of us that picked him as his deputy. And he said he doesn't want deputy anymore. That's why it was abolishment, and he okayed it for him then to put that signature there and put it out there for layman like me and you to absorb it. But do not misinform the public by saying it's Chikedozium. They don't have the power because that position is higher than them. Chikedozium is not even in that position. That's why it's not in second in command in IPOB for your information. Chikedozium, IPOB does not have a second in command. That's what I want to say is in our code of conduct. I'm going to play his voice to see how you guys has been. My job here is to point out the misinformation that is destroying our people. The idiot here is in our code of conduct. When Onyendi is not here. Do you know what misinformation is? That's fake news. That we've been fighting for years. That's what you guys are propagating now. I will show you with evidence. I don't talk just things without showing you evidence. I will prove it to you.
Reverend Father Dimegwa's intervention, so his voice note was ordered to be played on Radio Biafra. But how did you get the sacking of Uchemofo from IPOB? Memo from IPOB leadership, signed by who?
Point of correction, Uchemofo was not sacked. Uchemofo resigned. That's number one. Number two is that the abolishment of deputy leader in IPOB can never come from the lower, hierarchy in IPOB, which is directorate of state. They are lower to Uchemofo. Uchemofo is part of DOS because he's the deputy leader of IPOB. So when we have deputy leader, that's why we can say we have
second in command. That is the deputy leader. But now we don't. We don't have second in command as a stand today. There's no second in command in IPOB today. You just appointment of deputy that mean that there's no second in command. That's what he meant. That's what he meant. When it comes to the US, we have head of director of state, which is administrative level. We have head of finance, and we have head of media. That's why we have heads here. It's administrative. The job was rational. Everybody have duty of labor. It was structural. There's no leader among these three heads in the director of state as a stand, but all of them must work cohesively as a unit. I want to educate you a little bit, because I think you guys are daft and you don't want to learn, but you will learn in a hard way.
Mazzi Chike Dozem, the head of the Directorate of State. Now you understand that if Mazzi NNAMDI KANU expel you, it will be signed by head of the Directorate of State. If Mazzi NNAMDI KANU appoints you, it will be signed by the...
That's correct. Yeah, because Chike Dozem is running, his job is in administrative. So now you are getting the point. But that does not mean that Chike Dozem we veto or, sack anybody without Mazzi NNAMDI KANU of approval. Do you see where you guys are contradicting yourself? If Mazzi NNAMDI KANU expel anybody, Chike Dozem will sign it. Okayed by Mazzi NNAMDI KANU as the highest command. Not Chike Dozem, exercising that power, because you don't have it. Do you understand that now? I want to take my time here. The reason why Chike Dozem signed the memos, expulsion of IPOB, or abolishment of IPOB, or his signature in our code of conduct is because Mazzi NNAMDI KANU is the highest command, so he wouldn't have signed that. So it designates work for those that are there. That is the administrative level. I want some of you, the problem we have, and the word of KANU that there's one IPOB, one DOS, but DOS have a structure, just like you showed it now. There is no second in command, so you can't call Chike Dozem second in command because of Mazzi NNAMDI KANU is in DSS dungeon. Because he doesn't possess it, doesn't have it. Only never pointed in. Only told us when he was here, before he was kidnapped in 20, he said, when I'm not here, listen to my deputy. Have you forgotten that? Did Onyenu tell you when I'm not here, listen to Chike Dozem? Mazzi NNAMDI KANU was reiterating this word, banging this in our ears. When I'm not here, listen to my, and that was why when Onyenu was kidnapped in 2015, October 12, all of this kind of a thing we went through with, but some of us who happened to Onyenu word was stood by each of us. We said no. Every attempt we revoked, we resisted it with every last blood in our vein. And no regret about it. So I want to clarify this tonight. Like I said, I don't come here to come every day ranting like a mad lunatic. No. What we do here is to educate you, for you to go home and think like a normal human being. So stop making mockery of yourselves out there. Right? Because it's important. I said it. Now, I want you to continue, please.
Head of the Directorate of State, which is Chike Dozem, and the memo will come from the leadership of IPOB. Now you understand. Now you go to the oath of IPOB.
Now, another under leadership of IPOB. When you say leadership of IPOB, you need to be very careful using that word. Because that's what you see now. I'm bringing you back to KANU Takano's words. We have only one IPOB, one DOS. There's no two. Before June 2021, did you hear anybody talking about leadership in IPOB, please? I just want someone to correct me. Maybe I'm wrong. Have you heard anyone talking in IPOB talking about leadership before? That is not IPOB that we are talking about. And that is what KANU specifically clarified in the Radio Biafra on the 9th of November 2021 to sink into our people's brain. And we have only one central command. And every step KANU have resisted was for the good betterment of our people. Go from the sit at home that is consuming us today. Umeh account. Everything that is told you that wasn't right because Onyendu never approved any of these things. Whenever you disobey Mazzi Nnamdi Kanu, you are not member of IPOB anymore. That is very simple. I want you to understand that, my brother. Let's listen to what you're saying.
The oath say that I, let me use my name, Mazzi Nnamdi hereby solemnly and voluntarily swear to be absolutely loyal to the leadership of indigenous people of Biafra. Let me repeat it. That I, Mazzi Nnamdi hereby solemnly and voluntarily swear to be absolutely loyal to the leadership of indigenous people of Biafra. That is DOS. Now they put comma and the next.
See, leadership of IPOB, there's no DOS there. Leadership of IPOB is not DOS. You daft. Is there any DOS in that oath? I don't bring our oath out because I know it off head. You are impeaching stuff that is not there. You see, you people need to be very careful because see that oath you're just reading that oath like now, like it's a normal word. That's blood attachment to that oath you're reading. And you have violated that oath by lying against the oath, by impeaching your own words in that oath, by saying leadership is DOS. Mazzi Nnamdi Kanu is the director of Radio Biafra. He told you that he's the director of Radio Biafra. He's IPOB leader. Yeah? So everything compasses under Mazzi Nnamdi Kanu. That is why when they put leadership and they still same, you sworn under Mazzi Nnamdi Kanu's name. And Mazzi Nnamdi Kanu as well sworn on that oath, which I don't need to read out to the world. That, at the end of the day, that oath owed Mazzi Nnamdi Kanu contempt. It was only Mazzi Nnamdi Kanu that oath owed contempt. By him failing to do what he said he would do, then the oath will react to you. That's why some of you understand what you're saying. That's why Mazzi Nnamdi Kanu is in DSS done. That's why Mazzi Nnamdi Kanu 2 parents died because of this cause. He didn't say DOS. DOS as subordinate under Mazzi Nnamdi Kanu. Mazzi Nnamdi Kanu is the leadership of IPOB. He's the director of Radio Biafra. He's the commander of Biafra army. He is the one, he's only one that owns this title. There's no 2 persons. That's why he's the supreme leader of indigenous people of Biafra. That's why Uchemofo gave him the supreme leader of indigenous people of Biafra. But no, I want you to take this particular advice and this word tonight home. Very important, you will learn a lot. You guys are making mockery of yourself. And people that think we are smart and we are educated people will be laughing the hell out of us. You're contradicting yourself. Leadership, people DOS there. But he just showed yourself this particular pattern here that say IPOB chain of command. Mazzi Nnamdi Kanu is the helm of our family. The supreme leader of religion. DOS is the administrative level of IPOB. You're not sworn allegiance to DOS. Allegiance is sworn is under Mazzi Nnamdi Kanu. And that's the allegiance hold him contempt. For your information.
Next step was, and Mazzi Nnamdi Kanu, director of Radio Biafra. Now you understand the power of IPOB leadership. Now you know. And Mazzi Nnamdi Kanu said, they are the higher decision making in IPOB. Now, where did you get the highest decision on the expelling of Uchemofo? From IPOB leadership. Who signed the memo? Mazzi Chike, head of the Directorate of State. Did you hear Nnamdi Kanu announce the expelling of Uchemofo? No. But a memo was published. And the deputy position was completely, what is it called?
Stacking literate is abolished. So if it's abolished, why would you ascribe Chike Doziem as second in command? I saw someone writing something on Facebook that the president is not there. If president is not there, if he doesn't have vice, then the office remains. The people, the subordinates will carry on doing what they are doing. But they report back unless the president is dead. Then that's when like Yaradua died. Just like Buhari. Buhari died and Buhari was thrown for 8 years, for almost 6 years. The deputy was there. It was even Buhari deputy Osubanjo was vegetable. Talk less of someone that we have voted in because once you are voted in as a president, automatically your vice always will be voted. Who voted Chief Edoziem? Nobody voted them. So somebody ascribing, we are not in democratical, setting. That is why I'm going to bring our code of conduct tonight, because I saw someone saying something on Facebook, something I don't pay attention, but it's important. I want to educate some of you charlatans tonight, including Chief Edoziem. Chief Edoziem put his signature in IPOB oath, but he didn't read it properly. I have to tell you, just like people that quote Bible, King James that wrote Bible, people know his history. They interpret Bible. It doesn't make you exception, right? So I want to say something to some people. You just said it that deputy leader was abolished. So how would Chief Edoziem be second in command when your deputy was abolished? If Mazzi can need deputy, we will know who our deputy is. So the job description in IPOB, including Chief Edoziem, everybody have a window of 6 months of your performance. I'm going to show you tonight now. Like I said, I will take my time. I'm not rushing. To be honest with you, I need to clarify things about this issue. Like I said, when I have time, I come here. I have to do it because it takes me a lot to get myself up in the microphone. I don't do Facebook Live for your information. Yeah. Now, for people that are confused, you guys are confused. You need to ask yourself, the guy that said this doesn't even know what he said. I have just explained to you. Every single, go and ask Chief Edoziem, has he made any decision without seeking approval from Mazzi NNAMDI? If you can come out openly and say it, we'll put it on record as well. Like when you say, who is that bastard? I will counter his order directly to Chief Edoziem. You can point out to somebody else, but my take is that he's asking Chief Edoziem, who is that bastard that caught it at home when he have asked you to suspend it at home? Take it from me. This is my own opinion. You can be pointing finger or somebody claim to be your alibi. It's not my problem. But this is my own opinion. Let's go.
What is it called? There will be nothing like a deputy. Do you understand? Did you hear it from Mazzi NNAMDI? You got the memo. All the expelling, sacking of anybody from IPOB. Have you ever seen a memo signed by Mazzi NNAMDI? Mazzi NNAMDI does not sign memo. It's only the IPOB leadership that sign memo.
It's confused people. So what does Mazzi NNAMDI? IPOB? Who is the IPOB leadership? These people need help, and it's so bad. You know why? Because the people that are sending them to speak don't even know what they're talking about. After the end of this audio, I'm going to play Chinasa Nworu's voice where he said that whenever it's not there, Chief Edoziem take over, and that's what our code of conduct said. People that are saying that we don't have brain, I challenge you tonight. Get our code of conduct and pointed out where Chief Edoziem name was mentioned. The only office that was mentioned in our code of conduct is finance. The only office that secret in IPOB is finance. Go and read our code of conduct properly. That was mentioned. Every other person, not there, window you have is 6 months. It depends on your performance. They need to be reviewed. And you know why we're in this mess? Most of all these people has been there. There was no time to review these individuals. Because what would Chief Chinasa Nworu do in IPOB while he failed in Kuwait? He said, don't you sack him? Because the guy could not even contribute his own money. People are buying goods in Dubai. I'm going to Dubai. I started going to Dubai in 2001. So people go there with money. So why would people contribute money? That money will not reach our hand. Even that money to use it to people where they go. We don't have money. Goes. What doesn't matter where my money in the world. I will get my money if I want it. But they will not send money. I remember when they printed this magazine, we were sending money to Kuwait. I didn't know that it was this. I didn't know it was this mad. So what are we talking about here? So I wanted to finish because I want to play how they have been misinformed our people over time. Lying, blinded. People claim they have brain. I feel sorry for all of you. It's not people like us. We're not following people. And I defend every member of anybody that followed critical analysis since the day we emerged because of the failure of Chief Edoziem and his cohorts. Every genuine IPOB we must defend. They say KANU is not a member of IPOB. But when we say now, let everybody pull their receipts, including Chief Edoziem. Chief Edoziem is receiving salary from IPOB. 2,000 euros. He's going to face prison in Germany. if it doesn't take time. Because German and Swiss, they are in EU, they are Schengen. So it's getting paid from our head of finance, but they wasn't paying tax in Germany. The guy was talking about meeting in Germany. They have not told us the court in Germany what come out. They haven't come out and tell you what transpired in Germany. Chikedozie was getting paid 2,000 euro. He wasn't paying tax to German government. Have he told you that? Have Chikedozie come out and told you that he was getting paid 2,000 euro while he's calling Madam Nene to come and give account, while he's been getting paid 2,000 euro every month for doing nothing? Has he told you that? My brother, for information, every decision or memo you see in Onyendu, Chikedozie signed. He didn't sign it by himself. Every single memo was approved by Mazzi. That's why when Chikedozie started writing memo without approval of Onyendu, Onyendu stated it here that every coordinator Chikedozie must be reinstated. That is legal. It's not something Emeka memo. When Emeka came out and told people about Simon Ekpa, about all of you jumped up. But have you reviewed this memo? This memo was sent by our leader to Chikedozie and his cohort. 15th of December 2022 was last time they got message from Onyendu. This particular memo was copied to Chikedozie, to Ifeanyi Ejiofor. One kept to Mazzi NNAMDI KANU. Nnemeka Ejiofor was the author, authorized by Mazzi NNAMDI KANU, was one of the legal team. Have you followed the instruction of this? That is the IPOB and DOS Kalanta was talking about. If you cannot follow this order, you're not an IPOB member. Because of today, you guys are calling Simon Ekpa is the one killing people in Biafra land, forgotten that it was one decision they made without the boss's approval. I got all of you where you are today. The mess you are in today is because that is why leadership is not for everybody. Do you know why supervisors, when they come to work, I was talking to my younger brother living in America, I said, your company needs someone to manage it for you because, you see, at the mentality of average black man, sometimes, I don't know how to guide it. But when you live in the real world, you find that that's what they call designated of labors. There are people that come to work, they don't do physical work. Their work is to supervise and do the paper works. But they are the ones that get the bollocking. They are the ones that are going to be responsible if anything goes wrong. The DOS Kalanta was referring to, and IPOB was referring to, was the supreme leader of indigenous people of Biafra. When he asks you to do X, Y, Z, he dare not question that. That is how we build. Command and control. Again, he says it here. Obey before complain. I want to say obey the orders and obey before complain. We are saying obey before complain. And we are practicing what we call quasi military system. So what I'm saying tonight is I'm trying to help the majority of you to open your little tiny brain that is dead cells in there. Out of sentiment or out of the pot of porridge you are dropping from the Chikedozie. Chikedozie is facing, you know what, tax evasion, no country jokes with it in the world. God, even you see some of our American rappers, big people in America, when you boil down to tax evasion, you're collecting money with, it doesn't matter if it's a penny. I don't know what they call them in Germany. IRS in America, here in the UK is a HMRC. America, IRS, you don't mess around with them. I don't know what they call it in Germany. He was collecting money without paying tax in Germany. Chikedozie. And they're claiming they're working for IP. Now, I'll move forward. Let's listen to these idiots. I want to finish with them.
Coordinator of a country signs memo and sack you. Do you know that national coordinator of Biafra land will sack you? But IPOB leadership will be aware before that. Do you know? Do you know that you can be suspended by the national coordinator? And the duty of the national is to inform IPOB leadership. Are you aware? Do you know that NNAMDI KANU cannot issue a memo and sack you? Do you know that memo does not come from Mazzi NNAMDI KANU's office? There is no IPOB memo that comes from the office of Mazzi NNAMDI KANU.
Wrong. You see? My brother, all these things you're contradicting yourself and you need help. I don't know what they're giving you Is it the 4,000 naira card they're giving you that making you talk without your common sense? Do you know that Mazzi cannot issue memo? Mazzi cannot order. He's the one that gives the order. He instructs Chikedozie what to do. He go and do it. Do you see the difference? He don't, because that is not his work. Even when he come to UK here, he disbanded UK without any memo. It was automatic. They announced it already on end of story. I'll give you a couple of examples. Only you cannot do everything. UK, I give you UK as an example. I have the audio here the day UK was disbanded. UK was disbanded. Immediately, when you come on air, announce it on the radio, you don't need memo to back it up. Because what when you say, once when you utter the word, the ones you wouldn't talk about, then you say, go and deal with that issue. I uttered it. That is how we function. I want you to take this home. Because any day you come out again, I'm talking about IPOB structure that you understand nothing. Coordinator, national coordinator represent Mazzi in every country. And those countries, they have their continental rep. That's why we have CRC, which is not effective anymore. But for your information, none of these things function without only the highest command, which is the Spirit of Nigeria Biafra, being approved of all these things. None of them will wash without Mazzi Kanu's approval. That is one thing I want you to take home tonight. Very, very important.
The memo comes from the leadership of IPOB, signed by the head of the Directorate of State. You know that KANU have been expelled from IPOB, Germany. Are you aware? If somebody is expelled from IPOB in Biafra land, that is IPOB worldwide. Are you aware? If somebody is expelled from IPOB USA, you will not go to UK and they join IPOB.
Imagine someone that lives in a gutter saying KANU has been expelled from IPOB because they're giving him 4,000. Now, expelled by who? Expelled by who? Expelled is that, you see, everything that was structure of IPOB was abused. Chikedozie, when he started expelling people, even though Onyendu doesn't expel people, do you know how long it took Mazzi? After 5 years, they failed the structure issue of United Kingdom. Onyendu, here is his homeland where he lives. I know how many meetings they held in UK here to try to solve what was happening. I myself, I refused to attend those meetings because I don't want to be part of it, because I know what was happening. And I attended the meeting, what you call general meeting. I went to that meeting and what happened that day. Right? So when you guys are talking, you need to be very, 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 very careful. I want to know, I know why I'm stressing on this. I know why I'm stressing on this. And now, expelling people is not down. Chikedozie don't have the power. And that's what brings me to bringing our code of, I need to bring our code of conduct up here for obvious reason. And I need to upload it from the main. So I'm just gonna give me a second because I didn't have it. I need to go on a break quickly on a break, and I'll come back. I need to deal with the code of conduct. Very, very important tonight. I'm not rushing, to be honest with you.
They don't know the Kanu is outside. In 2 minutes, this nonsense will stop. Who is the idiot? Who is the bagger? That will speak when I'm talking. Who is the fool? Who is the idiot? I ask. That I give an order in the east, and any idiot will counter it. Who is the bastard? I'm asking you. Nobody can. Sir, are you? I'm not the Kanu. Who is the idiot? They don't know the Kanu is outside. In 2 minutes, this nonsense will stop. Who is the idiot? Who is the bagger? That will speak when I'm talking. Who is the fool? Who is the idiot? I ask. That I give an order in the east, and any idiot will counter it. Who is the bastard? I'm asking you. Nobody can. Sir, are you? I'm not the Kanu. Who is the idiot?
I'm not at all. What should I do? It's what we expect to have. But I want our people to be very calm. I want Biafra land to be calm and peaceful. Calm.
bona chagi Biafra ruko bore amako kare mano urugo. Mafi bona chagi Biafra ruko bore kare mano urugo. Imana deka dinta jarabia nkene buge boya. We mana deka dinta jarabia.
They don't know the mechanics outside. In 2 minutes, this nonsense will stop. Who is the idiot? Who is the bagger? That will speak when I'm talking. Who is the fool? Who is the idiot? I ask. That I give an order in the east and any idiot to counter it. Who is the bastard? I'm asking you. Nobody can.
Sir, are you
I'm not the KANU. Who is the idiot? They don't know the mechanics outside. In 2 minutes, this nonsense will stop. Who is the idiot? Who is the bagger? That will speak when I'm talking. Who is the fool? Who is the idiot? I ask. That I give an order in the east and any idiot to counter it. Who is the bastard? I'm asking you. Nobody can.
Sir, are you
I'm not the KANU. Who is the idiot?
Come on, no, not at all. What should I do? It's what we expect to have. But I want our people to be very calm. I want Biafra land to be calm and peaceful. Calm.
Chagi Biafra ruko bore amako kare mano urugo. Mafi bona chagi Biafra ruko bore kare mano urugo. Mafi bona chagi Biafra ruko bore amako kare mano urugo. Mafi bona chagi Biafra ruko bore kare mano urugo. Dinta jarabia nkene buge boya. We mana deka dinta jarabia nkene buge.
They don't know the mechanics outside. In 2 minutes, this nonsense will stop.
Yeah, welcome back, fellow comrades. This is still Biafra Alpha Power Media International. And tonight is Huso Mazina kind of for 9 million, but the program encompasses. That is why it's exclusive exposition. So without further ado, I just want to bring our code of conduct on screen. Let me let this guy finish up what he's saying, then I will analyze our code of conduct before I go to Chike.
Have been expelled. So KANU have been expelled the same way Uche before was expelled, the same way George Onibe was expelled. Abraham of Germany have been expelled the same way George Onibe was expelled, and the same way Uche.
Anyway, it's done. So now the point I'm making here is that this young man, I wasn't dwelling on him too much, but the reason I did this tonight is that I needed to educate our people in general. It's not just only him, but I see that this is like an epidemic, and it is quite important that we explain it to people, because over time a lot of people might be doing something wrong. They wouldn't even know they're doing something wrong. So I need to go through our code of conduct tonight for a reason. Just to, as you look at the screen, this is our code of conduct. He said it there, IPOB, Additional Biafra, the Directorate of State, IPOB code of conduct, the preamble. I'm not going to go into the preamble, but if you go down to Indigenous People of Biafra and bracket IPOB worldwide has follow structures and department. Now, do you know why he used the word department? Because it's administrative level of IPOB. And now you see the I says is supreme leader, deputy leader when he was there, but there's no deputy leader before the Directorate of State. So when somebody is saying that Directorate of State expelled Uchemofo was not expelled. Uchemofo resigned, and the highest command decided to abolish the deputy leader. That was end of discussion. Now,
If you come down to IPOB command and control policy on section 2, subsection A, appointment and dismissal. This is where I want this young man to pay very close attention. Because some of you, we go out there and be peddling lies. And please, someone will be backing like a McDonald after smoking India hemp or Met. I don't know which one is on. Or Colos. I don't know which one that guy is on. Because that guy must be on something. Then he will come on Radio Biafra where they gossip and be talking nonsense. Bonkon. I will play the audio where he said that Onyendu say when he's not here, Chini and Chike, those then we take over. And where is in our code of conduct? Nowhere to be found. So subsection A, appointment and dismissal. He said the power to appoint, suspend or dismiss erring principal officers vests exclusively on the leader of indigenous people of Biafra in bracket, Onyendu Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, except and to the extent he clearly, expressly delegated that power to any other principal servant. He never said deputy leader, he said principal servant. Paul Edozem is a principal servant. A fair one for that matter, Chike Edozem is a fair principal servant by collecting 2,000 euros from IPOB monthly. A fair principal servant that collecting 2,000 euros from IPOB without paying tax in Germany. And he have the temerity to be talking that is he bleeding. Yeah? No, Chike doesn't have no power. If, like he mentioned, IPOB code of conduct. This guy said that Onyendu said, this is our code of conduct here. This has not changed. And it won't change. So I just told you who is going to start. And in this code of conduct, there's no place that mentioned deputy leader. It is not there. If you go, if there's things I picked up here, I have marked them. He said all position within. He said all position with the exception of the office of the leader of indigenous people are held under probation basis. Do you know what probation means? 6 months probation. Everybody is under probation based on your performance in IPOB. Based on your performance in IPOB, all positions with the exception of the office of the leader of IPOB held on probation basis, including Chike Edoziem, another person. Right? So now, this is why I'm showing this. There is no place in IPOB that give him to deputy leader. It doesn't exist. And it comes in here, I said automatic renewal of the position of any principal servant shall depend on the office ability of adhere strictly of the IPOB oath of office, following the command and control principle, respect and hierarchical structure of IPOB. When we talk about this now, Austin Albani was under insubordinate when he come in here, telling people not to listen to his superior, which is hierarchical of IPOB. And Chike Edoziem disobey Mazi Nnamdi, automatically he's a gunner. Because he failed to carry the instruction of Mazi Nnamdi means already automatically gone forever. Remain loyal and dutifully obey and implement all directive from the leader of indigenous people of Biafra. He said, listen carefully here, right? For you, some of you riffraffs that don't understand what IPOB code of conduct stands for. Listen carefully. He said the automatic renewal of position of any principal servant shall depend on the office abilities to adhere strictly to IPOB oath of office, following the command and control principle, respect, hierarchical structure of IPOB movement, remain loyal, dutiful, obey, and implement all directives from the leader of indigenous people of Biafra. Every order that comes from Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, no other person. So if only to instruct you to suspend it at home, you go ahead and do it. What do you think you're doing in IPOB? And show evidence of growth of families under the principle of stubborn and positive implements of running the affairs of he or her office shall all be taken into account. Chike Edoziem have failed. IPOB destroyed under Chike Edoziem if you're claiming that he's second in command. So that alone doesn't have anything to do. These people are gunners. They've moved on. So the IPOB current account is mentioned is this IPOB that is under this particular code of conduct. I'm reading part of it from you tonight. I won't go into another thing I want to touch. He said again, person appoint or designate as IPOB principal servant must be honest, selfless, truthful, in discharge of their responsibility. They must adhere strictly to the principle of command and control, respect and protect IPOB leadership hierarchies. That is what we have done. We came out and defended this individual, think that we are doing what we all sworn and oath to do, without knowing that they are half skeleton in their cupboard. Come down that when you tell us that go and watch the enemy at the gate, we didn't know. Little did we know that we're living with monsters and own absolutely loyalty to the leader of the great movement. Do you hear it? There is no any in our clock when you say hold. He didn't say hold my loyalty to leadership. There's no leadership. He said the leader of this great movement. Mazzi NNAMDI KANU. Leadership does not mention in our code of conduct. It's explicit told you who your allegiance to behold is one man. That is the supreme leader of indigenous people of Biafra, Mazzi NNAMDI KANU. I know the reason why I take my time to emphasize on this tonight, to educate some of you gullible, because I know they destroy what they couldn't build. And again, he said, in case of any new zone or unit, whichever applies to the new family, the state or national coordinator shall equally forward for vetting and approval their recommendation for the new zone and the state position as the case may be. And that is this, when it comes to our administrative level. And now I want to say something here. The structure, this is subsection C, IPOB hierarchical structure. You made it again here. I want to read something to you. Listen carefully here. For some of you that doesn't listen, he said again, on this particular section, subsection C, IPOB hierarchical structure, the indigenous people of Biafra, in bracket IPOB, led by Mazzi NNAMDI KANU, made it deliberately and conscious decision to pursue of the inalienable right of self-determination through the non-violent, peaceful process, which includes but not restricted to all forms of civil disobedience, which by court sit at home, is something we have exercised over time, but you guys allow it to be hijacked. Onyendu warn you, and he put it here: protests and rallies, being a non-violent freedom fighting movement, our operational methodology, therefore, is founded upon the adhering and effectively principle of command and control. Very, very pivotal to every single one of us. I think you're listening tonight. I just want to make it easy for all of you. And again, he said here on that subsection C, where he said, please note that the failure to strictly to that's the issue. Now, I want to mention one thing. One thing that is very, very important here, subsection 3, subsection A, finance. He made it clear. You can see it on highlight on green here. He said to ensure financial probity and transparency, the IPOB head of finance or treasurer shall have electronically access to all financial accounts set up internationally, nationally, either directly by IPOB or by its agent or representative anywhere in the world. That is where the case started. Chikedozie is aware of all this whole thing. His signature is there, you know. So and again, I wouldn't move every other thing, but I want to bring you, there's something I want to show you here. For some of you that think you cannot question when somebody is committing crime in IPOB, is your right to do so, right? On this subsection, on section 3, when it comes down here, it says again that all form of shape of bribery, corruption, criminality activities, practice are prohibited in IPOB. It is the duty of all family members to expose such practice with irrefutable evidence. Anyone found indulging in this act shall be dismissed and expelled from IPOB worldwide family. That's how I'll leave it. There's no part of this oath or this our code of conduct say Chikedozie will be second in command when Onyendu is not there. It is not there. Yeah. So I want to clarify this tonight. My brother and all this media warm and so confused. I know a lot of people are confused. The reason why I took my time tonight to explain this is because You guys need to quit misinforming the public. It is not fair to our people, and we are fighting the monsters. How now do you think people will take you serious when people perceive that you guys now have turned into propagating falsehood? It's very, very disappointing and disheartening. Now, I want to come down to the D-Day. As you all might know, Chika Pole Duzim and China Sanworu, these are two men that now hell-bent to make sure their mothers sleep. I want to play the voice of China Chike Doziem. I'll be very fast on it. I will allow it to play. I'll have one or two things to pick up on it. The next episode, 0011, I will now dabble into the faceless animal himself and with his lies and propaganda, the ones we have not touched in. But before I go forward, I needed to play a voice of China Sanworu on his lies as I read our code of conduct, because everything we say will bring evidence with us.
Question the leadership. He has the capable hands. If you ask the legal teams, if you ask anybody who have known him, he have always said in his absence, and that is what the IPOB code of conduct said, in his absence that Chike Doziem takes charge. When people say Chike Doziem, Mazzi Chike Doziem is the head of the...
He said that is what the code of conduct said. As you're asking China Sanworu, who sold Mazzi Nnamdi Kanu for 9 million, he said it. I have the audio. Now, ask China Sanworu to put to you where our code of conduct say where Mazzi Nnamdi Kanu is not there, that Chike Doziem is in charge. You see how they misinform our people with falsehood? This is his voice. So when you hear all these riffraffs talking, you know who now is propelling them to say what they're saying. I want to be clear on what I have said. Let me move to analyze this audio. I will call it a night. I'm going to be more than 2 hours here, probably 2 hours and 20 minutes or 30 minutes. It doesn't matter. But I have to do this. It's very important.
Alpha Power Media International.
Worldwide. To make sure that Onyendu is unconditionally released, and to the politicians in Biafra land, the governors especially, those of them that one way or the other has sought, if he is not released on or before the 8th of August, our action will continue on all fronts. And I mean on all fronts.
Don't forget that this broadcast was made on August 23rd, 2021. By then, they have instituted this sit at home, this menace going on in Biafra land. And then you can see how he's talking, empty threats. Did he have many? Have you had how many threats they have issued? Empty one, because they are working with Hope Uzodinma. This man. The reason why I want you to hear Chike Paul Doziem, I played China Sanworu's 7th of, I think was 7th of August. So I go back and remember that joint broadcast they did. It's the 7th of July. Is it 7th of July or June? I can't remember, but I played it. Before this, after that broadcast there, he came. I think it's August. I think 7th of August, and he came on 23rd. It's same August. Yeah, it's same August. Same month. I want you to listen. They carry campaign that Kanu Takani is not a member of IPOB. Meme is not a member of IPOB. But this individual, they didn't care. Every campaign they have carried, anything they have done, they will show. I said, from going forward, whatever they say will go against them. It's as long as men walk this earth. One is that you see, truth cannot change. Every single lie you lie requires one time. Like I proved to you tonight. Everything they have said, I brought evidence, I proved it to you. The question is to go and ask China Sanworu, where did he found that it is now code of conduct when Onyendi is not there? Chike is second in command. There is no second in command when Onyendi is not here. He's head of the United States. And NNAMDI is head of finance. Or form is head of media. Which he acknowledged when Onyendu passed message for Simon to be given slot. He couldn't do anything. He had to wait for a former because he lived in Australia to pass that message to a former to take the action as the head of media, not Chief Paul Edoziem to make a decision. But they didn't apply that with the finance because they have an agenda. Remember this. Very, very important that we know the truth. And that's the only thing that can set us free. So let's go.
That, therefore, I am mobilizing the Biafran family in Biafra land that the 9th of August is a date that we have to meet with history. Now, the second matter that I need to talk about, a coordinator, you do not take instructions from the finance department. A coordinator, you do not take instructions from the media department. A coordinator, you do not take instructions from the legal department and all the other departments that we may have. And we have seen with our time that some principal servants.
Now, do you know why I'm coming back to this? I want to refer back to that lizard called that idiot guy that in Biafra land. Do you hear Chike Edoziem calling department? You know why he mentioned it? He said coordinators do not take orders from finance, media department, and all these departments have those that head them. It's not Chike Edoziem heading them. You see, they try to hijack IPOB. That is why they give Loom created fraction they call autopilot. Because Chike Edoziem knows that whenever you go outside IPOB, what you're creating is a fraction. That's a parallel IPOB you're creating. And that brings me to KANU saying one IPOB, one DOS. But did you hear then his senses is what just Onyendu was kidnapped in June, July, August, barely 2 months. So then they don't know Onyendu's fate or what is going to happen to our leader. Then they have no get clear vision. The message wasn't clear to them yet. Because Chike Edoziem went to, don't forget that after he went to East Africa to go and collect his own chair, I will show you the pictures here tonight. Now, I agree with him 100% on what he said. That coordinators should not take any orders from media department, neither finance department, because every coordinator, I don't know which coordinator, national coordinators fall into a continental rep as its IPOB structure is. So countries of coordinators are communing with the continental rep to the DOS level when it comes to DOS, because national coordinator of a country attend DOS meeting. That's how IPOB is structured. So I agree with him. But I want him to finish before I ask Chike Edoziem question. Does that apply? That is continental rep now? Can a continental rep now involved in finance without the head of finance? I want to see, because why I'm bringing this, I want us to know where our problem started. And that is why we talk about one IPOB, one DOS. Very, very important.
Tend to go beyond their area of authority and jurisdiction and begin to give instructions to coordinators, which they do not have that mandate to do. I'm hoping that tonight will be the last time I will talk or speak on this issue. If you are in any doubt, go and take up your code of conduct and study it again.
Did you hear him say that? Life is as like I said, karma. You see, karma is real. And when you live in a glass house, don't throw stone. You see, he refer everybody to code of conduct when they have not built Kabbalah yet. And I'm 110% agreed on what he said here. There's a division of labor. But I want him to go forward because I'll ask questions. Very, very important.
Study it again and make sure it stays. That will help you to work efficiently and effectively. That will help you to avoid distractions. That will help you to focus on the area that you are supposed to focus. I will not finish this very number 2 topic without mentioning that our brother, Mazzi KANU, is a Biafran. And of course, he has, as a Biafran, as IPOB family member, he has to make his views known. But Mazzi KANU does not have the authority to issue instructions to IPOB principal servants.
Now, very important. Some of you said KANU is not a member of IPOB. KANU lives in Germany. And KANU at least have a zone that shows he pays his due. And since I have encounter with KANU, anytime he comes into the fundraising or anything monetary, he's the first person that contributes, and his person sends his money, regardless if it's through PayPal, through whatnot, which I witnessed numerous times. But this is what they're writing. This is Chikedozie saying that KANU is a member of IPOB. Your so-called leader confirmed that. But this is the propaganda they're peddling because they lost it from offline. I want them to come out and tell me whoever KANU have given order as a principal servant of IPOB before. Because last time I checked, even Moab George Umeh, KANU have never given me order based on IPOB structure. This is our fighting the enemy. Let them come out openly and tell us what KANU have said. Only crime. KANU told you people that it was previewed that Onyendu told you people to suspend the seat at home. You guys refuse. And he has no option to make it open. Onyendu have come out openly and say who is the bastard that will counter his order, Chikapole Edoziem. So where the KANU went wrong? He had it, and it's in our code of conduct. Anything he can prove with anything he can prove with the indefeasible evidence. That's evidence there. And today, over 1 million people in counting have died in Biafra land because of your disobedience to Onyendu. And he's still peddling that KANU is not a member of IPOB. Who cares? Very pathetic. Indeed. But he just had him not say. I told you, you see, lies. One lie, you need 1,000 to cover it up. You see this broadcast, there in Chike Paul and the senses. You can see how he talk here. He doesn't say Listen to him here. Take this particular broadcast and go and listen to any broadcast I've made for the last 1.5 years. For 2 years. And hear the way he speak there, whenever he come out from his shell. Because he doesn't know what he's talking about. The spirit of Biafra have left him. Has more than sleep. But instead here that KANU is a member of IPOB. Forget about being Onyenu's younger brother. Forget about being involved in the Biafra that they fought tooth and nail. Onyenu sleep in the state of London for it. Nobody knew about it. Nobody knew about KANU until 2016. Nobody knew he existed. But it was there. Even when he speaks, people think it's Onyenu speaking. Before we know him in person. They even tell that he's not his mother. They're more. A day will come. I will come for those things they said. They have forgotten. We will bring it just like I will bring it back. People will know. Because of this, I will bring everything they have said about the KANU family. I will give it to you. Let's continue. He said KANU is a member of IPOB. Is a member of IPOB in Germany. And as I was talking now, there's a case in Germany that they have not told the world. Chikapole doesn't has been paid 2,000 €. German government have found out that he wasn't paying tax because of the lawsuit they facilitated in Germany by committing fraud in IPOB World account and shut it down. That case is there. They have not told the world what happened there because they're quick to come out and print account and tell us, but they have not come out and tell you what happened in Germany. And I'm still waiting. That's the question we're pending for them. I think he said he's coming on 30th of May. Ask him, Paul Chike, were you collecting 2,000 euros from our head of finance without paying tax? That's number one. What happened in the case in Germany? They have to answer to us.
You, who is a principal servant, that is taking instructions from outside of the structure, you have yourself to blame. You will have yourself to blame. If after tonight, that rubbish continues again. Mazzi Kingsley KANU is an IPOB member. Of course, many of us know that.
Did you hear it again? He retweeted it again that Mazzi Kingsley KANU, which is KANU of everybody know, is a member of IPOB. Because you know the KANU pays his monthly dues. I want Chikerosen to show me receipt when he pays defense fund. When what is it called his name? My defense fund is. Do you know how that we pay defense fund receipt? My defense fund have Umeh signature on it, because when he pay, they will send it to Victoria, Spain, and they will sign it a national coordinator. That is I have my own defense fund receipt. Those paid, if any of them will bring receipt that Umeh signature on it as defense fund, then you know that these are IPOB members. I dare any of them. I'm not talking about paying it tomorrow to cover up. I said, if you join IPOB from 2013 or from 2013, when we start paying defense fund, 2014, 2015, bring it and let's see. Very important. He regretted that KANU is a member of IPOB. This is the lies and the falsehood you guys are peddling. And the world is watching. My job is to expose you guys, because people will not forget you. Providence will not forget you people. You people murdered our people in millions. 30th of May is coming. I hope Chikerosen and Chinasa, you guys are warming up. One man and his men, you guys murdered in cold blood. I hope you guys are warming up. If you accuse the Nigerian government, you accuse yourselves. Or those you people have led to their early deaths. Very important.
He is a blood relation to Onyendu. It does not give him any power to issue instructions to IPOB principal servants and to the IPOB family worldwide. And I hope he will.
So which instruction did KANU issue? Because up to today have not told us. Because he tweeted about sit at home. Sit at home. Onyendu told you to suspend it. That's a fact. Onyendu didn't approve Umeh account. That is fact. Is that another thing you want to talk about? So that is now, he said it on he gave his own personal opinion. He never instructed anybody. He said it in his Twitter handle. The truth he knows. And shame the devil. And today we are paying price for it. What is it that KANU, who did he instruct? All names of those. What KANU did is there, everybody saw it. He told you that sit at home has been suspended. Because you guys shouldn't have called that sit at home for the first time, because nobody knows about it. But China Sanwo died the consequences and call it. But today you run around and calling it experiment. You are the biggest experiment anybody have ever seen. You guys are monsters. Simon Ekpa was your alibi and distraction. We're not buying into that garbage anymore. Because whatever any of you done, you're liable to your crime you committed. But the truth remains that whatever happened in Biafra land today, who is responsible? Chike Paul Edoziem. Before now, you start pointing you guys one after another. He's new and he accepted it wholeheartedly on audio, which I can play to you here. But KANU have no issue any directive to any IPOB principal servant. KANU save the lives of Biafrans, because you see that particular sit at home that we make official cancelled. When this thing happened, British Navy boat was hanging in Bight of Biafra. American marine this thing was in Guinea, in Malabar as well. One was in Tinker Island, but they thought we are declaring war. Or some of you think it was a joke. Talk about NECO. He mock our people. But today, what is happening? Can you stop what he started? Nobody listens to you guys anymore because they know you're jokers. You guys abuse the power was given to you guys overnight, destroy what you cannot build, and that is the position we find ourselves. But we'll be tired all of it because Mazzi Nnamdi, the only thing that the world knows is that the man that is spearheading this struggle has not given up. Just like the days of Mandela. There are so many people that fought alongside Mandela, nobody knows who they are. Leaders are born. Leader is not something you come out and be. You can't make yourself a leader. So for some of you fighting to get position of Mazzi Nnamdi, even the Arabs will not follow you without mentioning Mazzi Nnamdi. That's why you see them fighting to the nail, IPOB. Only to say it will be a phenomenon we know. For information.
Advise himself properly. Close attention. IPOB Worldwide Family, we had an account opened in the United States of America by the leader of this movement, and we gave it the name ESN account. Of course, that's not the name it was read, but we know when we say it is an account.
I hope all of you are listening. This is the crimes of KANU to KANU. These people don't understand where they are living. They said internet never forgets. That's what I told them. You see, they were having crews, but we hold you guys responsible for every word you have uttered, knowingly or unknowingly. You cannot get away with it. We will fish them out and bring it to the light. Listen to Paul Chike, and after he talks, I will analyze. That's my job.
For ESN, we know what that means. That simply means that funds raised on behalf of the ESN, contributions on behalf of the ESN goes into that account. Of course, we also have another account here in Italy that was also meant for Europeans to be pulling their ESN funds together. But this does not in any way detract from the fact that we have a worldwide ESN account. And when this account was shut down as a result of what has transpired.
Hold it there. This is somebody that says a leader. What has transpired? Did he tell you what has transpired? Do you know what happened? Whopping $747,000 was in this account before Nyendi was rendition. They embezzled this money. Chikedozian was aware. We have our former U.S. National Financial Secretary, Martina Peters, did they successfully put, report and forward it to Chief Paul Edison. Chikedozian ignored before that report get into our hand. We'll make it public. He said, what happened? You call yourself a leader. You didn't investigate. I want you guys, the reason why I bring this particular broadcast is what will haunt them for the rest of their lives, because this is where their cabal emerge. The joint broadcast they made on the 17th of August 2021 and this one 23rd of August 2021, this is where their cabalism emerge. Listen carefully. Because when he said things at the end of the day, he will make sure that he ridiculed himself at the end of it. Remember when he came, he warned a coordinator shouldn't take orders from the head of the finance or the media. But the question is, would the European rep meddling into finance or the media meddling into finance, is it allowed? Very, very important that we get this distinction and this fact clear, right? We're getting somewhere.
A new account has been opened, and that new account will serve the same purpose as the one that was closed, meaning
Do you know the ironic thing? You know, that's why some people today are very, very deep. You know, everybody have gone into retrospective and start to sobering reflection, thinking. When this man came and talked about this account, that account we opened, something happened. He never said what happened. And now he said that the leader of this movement approved this account, which is blunted lie. That's why the young man that was saying the only thing that happened, Chike approves it. Are you getting some senses now? Maybe you will listen to this program, whatever. I'm gonna cut part of it and put it out there. Maybe you will learn something from your stupidity. Chike said that the leader of this movement approved, not Chike Paul. He doesn't have the power. Yeah. So now, account that he's talking about is Umeh account, which is going to mention. I want him to call it with his mouth. I want you people. There's 3 questions you must ask Chike Paul. Because this account is another thing again. We must ask him. What was the revenue on this Umeh account? That even in UK here, he ordered the so-called financial secretary here, national financial secretary, to pay £10,000 into the account when he came announced that the account has been closed. He opened the account, he closed it. Without any, anybody, without any accountability, if I use the word they normally use, because every time they talk about accountability, but they cannot account for even the side they are paying. He wasn't paying tax in Germany, Chike Paul this year. If he can dodge €2,000 tax in Germany, what can this man do? The money never worked for. Free money.
This new account will be an account for ESN contributions, ESN fundraisings all over the world. If you raise funds in the name of ESN, Eastern Security Network,
the time they start meddling into our finance, this is the metaphor they come with. They talk about ESN. Before now, they now used us to now ban, to every fund of IPOB. The same man that come here and tell you that no one should meddle. But thank God, their word will hunt them. And the land of Biafra will never smile in their generations. As long as men walk this earth. It is not because these people have done something that has never been done before.
have to send that money to this new account. I'll give you the name. I'll give you the particulars in a moment. And anybody who wishes or desires to support the ESN that are on the ground, in the bushes, making sure that our forests are safe for our mothers, making sure that our forests are safe for our fathers, and our
forests are safe and our people are dying in Nibo. Madman.
relatives to go and do their usual farm work. This account is there to provide them every logistics that they will require to carry out their functions and duties effectively. Therefore, all the controversy about account must cease tonight. And the new account for ESN goes as follows. I'm going to rush through this, but the information regarding this account is already in the possession of every continental rep, and all our continental rep must ensure that this account is also made available to where we have regional reps. This account must be made available to them, and the regional reps in turn, and of course continental reps where we don't have regions, will ensure that these accounts are made available to their national coordinators, and the national coordinators will disseminate this account down to the family, to the last man, to the last unit. And people can begin from now, from this moment, to pay in their ESN support funds into that account. If you have raised funds and you are holding it for ESN, please, you have the
I have my reason why I let him to speak, and I want him to open. I want to remind people what has happened. It's important we know what has happened and where we are. Very, very important. Let him call this account. And one of the questions you'll be asking Chika Paul Edoziem, how much was realized? Now they're telling you they are farming, they are this, that, these are criminals. Ask him. The 747,000 and this account you're mentioning, how much was actually realized on this account? Who knows how much we realized there? They went in Germany to steal money they couldn't. They printed the account. They went to Italy, they did the same thing. So Chike Edoziem, can you print the account of Umeh, the account, and show Biafra the way you show our account Mazzi NNAMDI KANU has used for years? The 10 account, where is the Jesus Christ of Nazareth? What these men have done is unforgivable. A freedom fighting movement. You broke every norm in IPOB. Printed the secret account of IPOB worldwide and show it to the world from some riffraff that is in his bedroom smoking weed or meth. We are pleading with you tonight. Remember to ask him or his errand dogs when they come to that radio, they gossip. Ask them. Print account of Umeh account. Show Biafrans, because the one of former ESN account will have it. We saw what they did with the money. Thank God to our former US national account, financial secretary. Ask Chika Paul Edoziem, because even Simon Ekpa will not talk about that account because all of them, they were involved in that account. How much did you people realize in Umeh account? We need to know. Since the world know how much was IPOB worldwide account.
directive this very moment to make sure that that fund is transmitted or transferred into the new ESN account. And the account name is this: Umeh Arodi Areli in USA Corporation.
Yeah, I will stop this garbage here. Biafrans, I think you have had it. Umeh Arodi. Please, the IBAN number and everything, the information is here. I think, you know what, let me allow the whole information to come out. So people that might find out because somebody have forgotten, let me allow him to call the IBAN and everything, but for obvious reason. Let him speak, say it again with his mouth one more time.
And the name of the account is Umeh Arodi Areli in USA Corporation. Apologies. 446 048 777 991. Again, 446 048 777 991. The routing number goes this way: 05 200 1633 052 001 633. This is the routing number. And you can pay as well or make your contributions.
Fellow comrade, I hope you listen. Yeah, so now, tonight,
I was telling you a lot of stuff. It's 2 hours plus, you know, so I think 2 hours and 20 minutes because I think intro was about 10 minutes, which is like a marathon to me. But it's worth it to come here to do this needful to our people, to educate our people. Tonight, the reason why I stressed more of the propaganda and what our code of conduct entails, because people have been carrying, you know, propaganda and been misinforming our people all over. Please print the statement of account of Umeh and also tell us what has happened in Germany, because you went to Germany with your criminals. The same thing you did in Germany, you did in Italy, UK here. You guys blocked Madame Nenya from accessing her account, use Sophia KANU and co to hijack all the funds in the United Kingdom. All these things is on record. So please do us a favor. All right? That's the question anybody has to ask you. And tonight, I think you will not ask again if KANU Takan is a member of IPOB. Like I said, whatever we do, we bring evidence to back it up. Because they were playing one side of the story, forgetting that whatever you say is what they're going to use against you in the court of law. And I want to show something. Again, they continue to make caricature of themselves. Remember, after the court case, after we went to the last court sitting, they were peddling that Ejimako did not tell the world that they were going to court. The person there, this is their so-called media house they have secured. When this came out, they ran away because Ejimako tweeted this. One thing I love about that, our special counsel and now the lead counsel, is the man is so precise and concise in his own manner of approach. And you have to give it to him. You know? And I failed to say something when I'm going to show something here. So they ran away. Now they started again. This is what is going on. You know, the what baffles me is that people that write, they call to write stuff. Okay, first of all, this guy they call Patrick Inkem. You know, he's talking about who is IPOB, who is not IPOB. This guy has not paid one euro as an IPOB member in Germany, in Italy, because the national coordinator, MAZI, when he emerged after his boss, Iruanya, failed and ran to UK here, he was begging for position because he's an asylum seeker. Even he used his mouth, said he will not give his money to Madam Nenya, but they are sitting in the money IPOB contributing, claiming that he's on DTV. These are people that are questioning the legitimacy of Onyindu's family to be an IPOB member. Very pathetic. But that tells you all you need to know. They say they want to recruit him. He asked him, what was your job description or criteria to be recruited? An idiot that calling people seeking for advice. You know, isn't it pathetic? They peddle this again. And isn't it mind-boggling? Have you asked yourself, Ejiofor could not establish that Mazzi was invaded in 14th of September 2017. IPOB proscription follow suit. He never filed for any of them. But special counsel on his days did all this job and won them. But one thing you must understand in this world is that when people are preparing evil for another man, and that evil will always be their own portion of meal. That this, our wise counsel, the way he's behaved, after he filed for that, now there was a hearing and they jumped up. You see what they're writing here? You see what they're writing? Because they have no information what goes down. But what you ask yourself, he said, there's something that caught up my eye on this Family Writers Press. He said, we found out, he used the word you know, according to their so-called Agone Chenketa, a couple of months ago, that the appeal against the prosecution of IPOB was handed over to Aloy Ejimako, was handed over as if they are the one that went to fight for it. But he said you are in charge. So how could you find out? From whom? A wrong English? Isn't it pathetic? But they say that prosecution is nothing. They say, oh, prosecution cannot be the prosecution from IPOB till the Biafra is restored. But Ejiofor
never questioned the proscription because he was part of it. Because they know what that domestication of IPOB as a proscribed group done to IPOB. That is why Nigeria have the upper hand to match their military and their jihadists in Biafra land. And now they're the one that give them the age by instituting the sit at home that cost, that are now giving them every, you see what they are doing in our land. Everybody sees it. But like I said, wretched man does not do freedom fighting. He's on record. But let me read what the response of our special counsel, which is always on point. Now, this is what he said first. He addressed the social media. Commentators. He says social media reporters inside indicating that IPOB prosecution terrorism appeal was had today in Abuja are true. I appeared with Chukuba, Machukus, Umeh, Sam, Barrister Mandela, and a host of other lawyers. Critical motions were moved, and appeal court reserved its rulings for a later date. To address the idiots, this one was on 1st of May. Then now he came back. He came back. I think this was on, what was the date of this one? I think this day, I think it was yesterday or day before yesterday, maybe on 3rd. No, on 3rd, because he went to see Onyendu on Monday. Yeah. So now he comes out and said, he said, after visiting Onyendu, MMK today, we have resolved to do an update on the ruling made by the appeal court 2. They appeal court 2 days ago on the IPOB prescription case. The truth is that our motions are new grounds of appeal, and as awaited hearing of the appeal, we are granted. MMK legal team is wise. Does it make any sense to anybody? Do you see how? You see, they're jumping on Ejimakor's throat because Ejimakor was doing what Mazzi kind of want him to do. Barrister GL4 was there to work with them and the Nigerian government to make sure Mazzi can remain in the DSS dungeon. That is the only crime he committed. Even a personal threat from somebody don't even know, Ejimakor doesn't know him as a person, over voice note, that he's going to kill him. But may Chukwu Kaibama continue to strengthen him because he's doing his job, his profession, and he cannot be intimidated. And all I can say is that they expose the evil agenda of the enemy, because now the enemy within is the biggest issue we have, not even the external enemies anymore. That's the most important thing. And I advise Biafrans, keep away from them with their so-called farming program. Those that were involved in what is it called? In cow ranching. I remember Mazzi Kezie told me a story how much they duped him. Be careful, this man, they discover there is money. Because Onyendu said that since after the war, every organization Igbo people have formed failed once money shake hands. And IPOB stood that test from 2015 to 2018-19 till 2021 before this man. I remember somebody telling me, oh, George, there's so much money since the ESN. I don't want to mention his name. And I shook my head aloud. I'm saying this to say that what we are doing is more spiritual than physical, and everybody must be guarded. Like I said, our job is to educate our people and campaign for the release of our leader primarily, but to deal with the infamous misinformation that have led our people to where we are today. It is not personal to anybody. Not doing it because it's not a saga. That's why it takes me time to come here to make sure that whatever I said, I will be held accountable to it. And I cannot thank you guys enough to sticking around with us and those that are going to watch this video, this broadcast, podcast, and we're going to cut some section of it and put it out there. And the pertinent questions has been answered tonight. And remember to ask Paul Chika Paul Eduziem when he comes.
when he sent that Palawa Mende and his men that they murdered, is he mourning them on 30th of May to remember our hero and heroes? What happens on our account in Germany? What happened with the case? And none but the less, how much was realized in Umeh account? Why haven't he printed the statement of account and showed it to the whole world? I rest my case here. And may Chukwu Kabiama continue to guide and protect our leader. Give him strength, fortify him, because this journey, we cannot back down now. No man can make us do. We sworn an oath to restore Biafra, or we die restoring Biafra. And may the soul of our fallen heroes continue to, resin, to fight alongside with us. They cannot rest, they must resin. Because that's what Nige said. That we look at our leader. After we build Senator in Enugu and start remembering our people from 2014, if I'm not mistaken, we started the Hero Day. And since then, things are not being the same. And we'll continue to do so. We remember them, and they will resume to fight alongside with us. And it's from me from here. It's good night from London. Thank you for listening.
n'izu na nọ ekenolie na afọ na nkwọ ka ndụ gị ga-adịnụ onye chụba gị n'ọgada mmiri ọtụ nwa ọkụkọ nne n'ụwa ya nwada nwa ọkụkọ nne n'ụwa nwe ngwongwo nsọ Nnamdi na mmeli bụ nke anyị omemma melu gaba n'ilu omenjọ melu n'ụwa gaba n'ilu agbasa ọsọ n'ụwa na-aga agụlili maịlụ maka na emesịa n'ụwa malụ ndị bụ ndị aka Chukwu nọ dị gị n'alụ Nwachukwu na mmesịa mmeli bụ nke anyị Nnamdi Kanu odogwu bili eze ndị Igbo gburugburu Chukwu ka na-ekwu okwu Obinigwe na-ekwu okwu Ogwelife gbalụ Jehova ya lee Obinigwe na-ekwu okwu ọ ka na-ekwu okwu Obinigwe na-ekwusi okwu ike Nnamdi Kanu ọchịagha ụmụ Igbo odogwu Biafra bili odogwu ndị Mozi na-agbala ọkụ Sumudu